Welcome to vlog 87. Hey guys, welcome to vlog 87. This is not going to be a very easy vlog for me to film. This is going to be my coming out vlog. Now, obviously you guys know that I have told you in many vlogs that I am bisexual, and I think honestly that is a front. Now let's start from the beginning. The reason I am doing this is because yesterday I had a very interesting conversation with my neurologist. Now I'm not going to sugarcoat anything in this vlog. I'm going to tell you everything that happened. Now obviously I'm not going to give you any names, but I'm going to tell you positions and stuff like that. Okay? Now I went to my neurologist because you guys know that I've had migraines and I've been on a medication regimen for about a year now. And I pretty much, for some reason, and I'm not gonna tell you how it happened, but it happened that I told her that I'm interested in men, and I told her that, and Dad, if you see this vlog, I'm sorry, but this is something that I have to do. My stepmother does not approve of it, and she has said things like gay men are whores, and she denies it. She has asked me if I only want to be gay because of the sex, and she thinks it's a mistake and that I am making a mistake and that she has done something very wrong, and she blames herself and stuff like that. And basically one of those stories which I'm not going to get into. I think you guys are very much aware of how those stories kind of go. And don't worry, I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to commit suicide. I am not that stupid, and I have already done one of those vlogs where suicide is not the answer. And if you really want to watch that vlog again, annotate it right there. Now, my coming out experience started when I was 14. I pretty much kept sneaking watching gay porn, I'm going to admit it, with a home computer. I always deleted the history right after I was done watching it because, you know, young boys are curious, and you know, parents always knew, they just never said anything because they thought I would outgrow it. By parents, I mean my dad and my stepmother, because I moved in with them when I was 13. And you know, stuff like that. And eventually I actually, you know, confronted my dad and told him, you know what, I like men, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry. And basically he said, you know what, I want you to be happy, just be safe, stuff like that, but I just don't want you to come home with a disease. And I know he was not trying to say anything hurtful or anything, but the fact that, you know, everybody in the world thinks that gay men are more likely to get a disease than heterosexual couples is just disgusting. Now, I mentioned my neurologist because she said my migraines might be because of stress, because I have, you know, I might have guilt of not being able to date a guy, and, you know, stuff like that. And there's other things with my stepmother that, you know, are going on besides this homosexual thing, which I'm not going to get into because it's none of your business. Because it's not your, because I don't want to get into it, and it's privacy issues and stuff like that. But if you really want to know, I'll tell you in private. But I really don't want to get into it at all. But basically, my stepmother and I aren't exactly on good terms right now, and it's probably causing me stress. And I have a bit of high blood pressure right now, and I'm not, going to die or anything, but I am pretty in high dire condition right now. And the migraines, my neurologist said, might be from the guilt, might be from the stress that I have with the relationship with my stepmother right now. And on top of that, I have the stress of trying to find a job and other little minor stresses in my life and stuff like that. And eventually, when I was 16, I somehow, and I don't honestly remember the situation, I yelled at my parents that I'm bisexual and stuff like that, because there was a huge fight, and I just don't remember the circumstances at that fight, but that's what happened, and that's the first time I actually came out, like to both parents at the same time. And after that, nothing was really mentioned until about a year ago, and then this whole thing, or 2 years ago actually, and then this whole thing started again, and this is why I have almost no communication with my stepmother, which is really affecting my 12-year-old sister, who has no idea about any of this, which is going to stay that way for a while. And I can't communicate with her because I can't call my stepmother, because I'm afraid that she's going to pick up, and I have no intention of calling her or talking to her. And I don't know what to do. And ironically, during the new year, we're all supposed to go on a cruise, plus my grandfather. And I don't want to be in the same room with this woman. And if my father sees this vlog in the future, before the cruise, after the cruise, this is just honesty. I'm a YouTuber. This forum, this community is supposed to be all about honesty. I don't want to see this woman. She raised me a little bit, and she did so much for me, but the last few years she has said things to me that should never have been said to a child, and the trust is broken. It can never be repaired. And I'm sure as hell that I'm no angel, but I have never said anything as much as she has to me. And she asked me to do a few things, which she keeps doing to me. And the ironic thing, my biological mother supports me greatly with this homosexual thing. Actually, by accident, she found out on Facebook. I kind of forgot she was connected to me, and Facebook changes its privacy settings all the time, and I kind of didn't realize that she could see my feed or something, and she saw that I was posting that I'm bisexual or something like that, and stuff like that. Now, the bisexual thing. I say I'm bisexual because I did date women before, and I am frankly interested in women, but I never really had a chance with them because I was cheated on about a few times, or played or something, and I just never really had a chance, and I've dated more guys than women. And yeah, that's about it. So that's why I'm saying bisexual. Now, obviously I'm more preference for men, but apparently I have guilt for it. Guilt in dating men. And I haven't told my aunt or uncle or anybody. And the only other family member that knows about it is one of my cousins, who watches these vlogs daily. So this should be interesting once she sees this. And yeah, that's about it. I leave a comment below if you have any suggestions for me. I think I used to go to a really great therapist in Chicago. I haven't talked to her in years because Chicago, and I'm in Boston now. But I think it's about time. I have been really down lately. I don't know how to please excuse all the pauses. I don't know if I can communicate with another person as I did with her because I trusted her very much. I was with her for 4 years. I can try, but I don't know. But yeah, suggestions, comments, stuff like that. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.